Why practice in front of a mirror when you can practice in front of Meghan Markle? Prince Harry, who opened the Invictus Games Saturday with a stirring speech, was photographed rehearsing it in front of the Sydney Opera House for a nearly empty audience, except for pregnant wife, who sat front row and intently watched her husband at work. The kickoff to the 2018 Invictus Games marked the fifth day of the royal pair's tour down under. They kicked off the tour with news that they are expecting a baby, and Harry couldn't help but mention their bundle-to-be while addressing the crowd. "First of all, thank you for the welcome you have given Meghan and I over the last few days," he shared with the crowd. "I have been so proud to be able to introduce my wife to you, and we have been so happy to be able to celebrate the personal joy of our newest addition with you all." The 34-year-old royal also said, "Our Invictus family has turned these games into a symbol of strength, honor, and optimism for a new generation." The games, created by Harry and held around the world since 2014, are a Paralympic-style competition for wounded and recovering service members and veterans from around the world. It includes sports such as wheelchair basketball, sitting volleyball, and indoor rowing. Before his opening speech, Harry ushered in the Invictus Games by scaling the Sydney Harbour Bridge on Friday to raise the Invictus flag. He was joined by Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison, volunteers, and Invictus Games athletes, but his wife opted to stay firmly planted on the ground. Meghan and Harry made their official public debut as a couple at last year's Invictus Games in Toronto. They memorably arrived hand in hand at the event and took in a day of competitions, supporting the competitors and greeting well-wishers.